Yeah, we know we're trying to fix it.
It's fixed now. So, yeah.
We recorded the audio, right?
Welcome back here to Gatesfield, top of the second inning. No score between the Titans and the Marshals, and our apologies, some technical difficulties that we had in that first inning. We've got good news for you, though. The game will be available on replay on YouTube in a condensed format. We'll have that up within the next day. Here is the batter up at the plate for the Titans will be Williams.
We got to watch this kid during batting practice, and got certain pop to his bat. I mean, he looks. I mean, he meets the eye test. Before Moneyball came around, he said, you know, he's got a good jaw. He looks good.
This one hit up the middle. The throw in time, one away here in the top of the second inning.
Well, we saw both pitchers in the first inning both have to pitch around. I'm going to say a lot of mistakes. I mean, Marshall's got up and hit the ball. And when you look at Marley, I mean, he last inning, first two guys get on board. It's where you just stay with it. You got to pitch around them. You got to break it up. It's not a big deal. Guys get on base. It's just what you do with them.
Connor O'Shea, the batter here for the Titans. With one away, this one inside, ball one.
If you're curious why there wasn't a run scored in the first inning for the Marshalls, it's right here. O'Shea made an outstanding play at second base, a ground ball up the middle, able to get to it, and preserved a run from coming in.
The pitch from Marley, and O'Shea grounds to second, handled, two away.
He almost got a late hop there on Wyatt Young. A nice job of handling that. Sometimes you read it just right, and for some reason it just makes that. I can say that as a second baseman in my last defensive play. I knew the pitch. I put myself right in position. The kid did a shot. I caught it, and then I botched the throw to first base. So I know exactly how my baseball career came to a close.
Tell you what, first pitch swinging here for Perez. He drives this one into right field for a two-out single. Nice job being aggressive there at the plate, as that will bring up Vanderosa, the designated hitter for the Titans.
And Verderosa is going to try to keep this inning alive and see if he can bridge this lineup. 9-hole coming right behind him. Marley's done a nice job. He's staying in the zone. He's been consistent getting ahead.
Pitch inside on Verderosa.
That wasn't a broadcaster's jinx. That was just a missed call.
I don't believe in broadcaster's jinx. 1-0 pitch, and this on the other end. 2-0.
Yeah, you come all the way back. There's something about a two-out single. Pitchers just have to battle through it. And right now, you're going to have to come all the way back here, 2-0.
One inside, and Verderosa facing a 3-0 pitch here from Marley.
You don't want to compound it. I mean, kids are going to get singles on you. Don't want to compound it here with a 4-pitch walk. Got to work yourself back here.
I'm going to right down the barrel. Nice pitch from Marley, 3-1.
This is part of that mental part of the game for Marley. I mean, you're just having little battles within innings and with at bats, and see him come back just shows the mettle of him.
This one fouled away, and the count full. You know, the thing that I like here, Dusty, runner on first, and we've talked about this in previous broadcasts, so often the pitcher gets distracted with that, and Marley's just been like, hey, I'm dealing with the batter at the plate. I'm not going to worry about it. We got 2 outs, just got to get 1 out, and we're out of the inning.
You know that he's gotten to the rubber so quickly. He's kept Perez at bay.
Perez goes, and this one low for ball 4. Runners now on first and second.
It shows you the confidence that they had in the breaking ball there. He threw it so well in the first inning. Thought, well, maybe we'll go breaking ball here on 3-2 and get him to swing through it. But he bounced it. So now you're going to have to come back clean slate with the 9-hole.
The left fielder, Hart, up at the plate here for the Titans. Swung through the first pitch.
That's a good way to bounce back. Again, infield back, so you're going to keep everything in front.
This one fouled back, and the count quickly 0-2.
Breaking balls worked really, really well, especially on the inner half of the plate. Sped up his bat with the fastball, so if you go breaking ball inside corner, or inside part of the plate, and you still want to bounce one here and let it go to the screen.
Top of the first, top of the second, and the Titans have had runners on first and second in both innings. This one outside gets away from the catch, and runners will advance here to second and third.
Man, I feel like I'm just affecting things here. So, but I mean, now I would say an interesting thing would be if he decides to go from the windup runners to second and third and 2 outs, but he's going to work from the stretch still. They didn't go anywhere. Come right back here, 1 and 2. You still got 2 pitches to mess with.
Hart, the 9-hole hitter. So if he gets on, you're to the top of the order. As he takes here, the count evens up 2-2.
You don't want to let him get away. Miss that fastball up and in, so maybe go breaking ball here and save the fastball if you go full count. Everybody knows what you're throwing at that point anyway. So you keep him guessing here with the breaker.
2-2 pitch from Marley. Got him on the outside corner. Marley strikes out the side. We head to the bottom of the second. No score between the Titans and the Marshals.
Trying to figure out what you were doing. Trying to figure out what you were doing.
Bottom of the second inning, and Ryan Archibald will lead it off for the Marshals.
Archibald, Mr. Gatorade, hailing all the way from Maryland. So hopefully we got some people hanging out with us out on the East Coast.
I love the East Coast, but it's got to be a bit of a different feel for him in the summer, right? Not as much humidity out here, huh?
Just about 100% difference.
We've both spent time out there, and whew,
Absolutely.
it's a different kind of heat.
I spent time on the east side of the Chesapeake Bay there in Maryland.
This one just past the first baseman. Great hit by Archibald. Is that rolling down to right field? Archibald looking, he's going to hold up at second base here, but a fantastic hit by Archibald to lead off the inning.
That thing was roped down the line, and it's just what you dream about. You play RBI baseball, which you always hoped for, right? Is right down the line, let it just right inside it, painted the stripe and got the ground rule because it went out through the back of the end of to the bullpen.
When it's one of those, I mean, if you're Lamar, the first baseman, it's like, man, I'm in position. That's just pretty much the only place it could be to still be fair and not be playable for Lamar at first. That's a great hit.
Yeah, that was a rope.
It is now Danny Mendez up at the plate for the Marshals. Runner in scoring position here with no outs. We've had that every end, I believe. No, not in the top of the second. We had one away, but this one through the hole into right field. They're going to send Archibald home. Misplayed in right, and the run will score. The throw to second gets past. Nice coverage at third base to keep that from rolling. But the first run of the game scored here by the Marshals. It's 1-0 on the RBI for Mendez.
Yeah, Mendez driving in that run, and the right fielder, he knew he had him because he looked up and he saw him. Perez knew he had a beat on this throw, and just got a little bit fast. First thing you got to do is get the ball in your hand, and not only that, he might have had him at second base as well, but that ball just a little errant. So Marshals put the ball in play and make guys make plays. Pick up the first run.
Situation's the same here. Runner on second for Jacob Shaver. 9-hole hitter as he takes the first pitch strike, but this is a guy, Dusty, that finds ways to get on base.
Absolutely, and you can't pitch him away. Shaver likes to hit the ball to the right side. Young man got another year. He's a local product here at Jordan High School.
One pitch, again, watches that come by. This one a ball, 1-1.
Yeah, you're not going to get him chasing lots of stuff. He's committed to University of Arizona. Like I mentioned, if you're going to pitch him away, he's got enough power to push it that way. These guys playing a little deeper. We've seen the last couple of games. Yeah. We've seen them play a little shallower. Now, granted, these guys getting used to the wood bat as well.
Nice pitch there from Locks. Count 1-2.
Color me stunned that he watched that one go by.
Yeah.
He might have been. I think he might have got caught guessing there. He was thinking he was going to see something else. I was hoping he can stay in himself and not chase something out of the zone.
Nice job snagging this one from behind the plate by O'Shea.
So one of the great compliments you've been given is Coach Concepcion talking to Shaver. He goes, I'm fine with guys playing multiple sports. He's like, but be like Shaver. Own football and own baseball.
Right.
Like, that is an ultimate compliment from a coach.
Yep. And he does, too.
No, absolutely.
This one gets away from O'Shea, and a little bit of a late read by Mendez, but he'll be able to advance to third safely here on the pass ball.
Oh, I'm sorry. I gave O'Shea all that credit. It was Curtis made that play at second base. Misread the lineup card there. But here you go for Shaver. Let's put the ball in play. Something to the right side, scores a run.
O'Shea made a nice play to third to get an out. We'll just transfer the credit, right? Shaver swung through that one, and he goes down swinging here, one away.
I mean, it was a good at bat there, but sometimes you just get outworked by a pitcher. He saw that pitch up and out of the zone, and he was trying to drive that ball the other way and just could not get to it.
Top of the order, Wyatt Young up at the plate. A speedy second baseman for the Marshals. This one on the outer portion of the plate, called strike.
Wyatt Young's the type of guy that if you ever shifted, you just shift everybody to the middle, right behind second base. I mean, he's right back through the box.
This one fouled off by Young.
Good stick up there. I mean, don't be surprised, again, if you saw him try to put this thing down, even with 2 strikes. Probably won't. But he's not going to go chasing either, down 0-2.
0-2 pitch here from Locks. This one chopped up. The play home will be safe. Wyatt able to beat it out. And it's an RBI single of about 5 feet from Wyatt Young.
I mean, that's a swinging bunt if there ever was one. I mean, again, a kid that just he hits the contact. He's got good speed, especially coming from the left side, and he kills that ball off the top of the plate there, just right in front of the plate, and able to pick up an RBI. But always say things like this, but at the line drive in the in the book.
2-0. The Marshals lead here in the bottom of the second inning. For Carson Matthews, 1-0.
Carson singled and roped that ball down the third base line and back in the first inning.
This one hit to short, no play at second, and boy, that throw pulled the first baseman Lamar off the bag, and a nice job by Matthews not giving up on the play, able to get to first base safely, men on first and second.
They record that as a hit, not a throwing error. So now the 7th hit in 2 innings for the Marshals. I mean, really leading 2-0. This very well could be 4-0 if you pick up a base hit there with bases loaded back last inning.
Dayton Dooney up at the plate, and folks, that's why you run it out, right? A hit that seems like it might be pretty traditional. A nice job by Matthews running it out. Is one away here, and the Marshals looking for more with Dooney.
Of course, I mean, the ball had to travel all the way through the infield and just killed it. I mean, you got good speed again coming from Matthews. Able to get through there. So now, again, you got to make mistakes hurt.
This one inside, 1-1, and they might have actually changed that last play, Dusty. Looking at the scoreboard now, they've added an error. So I think they did rule that an error rather than a hit.
So we'll go E6 on that one. But Dooney reached on a walk last time up.
Dooney able to line one into right. And they're going to hold him up, and probably a good decision there, as now the base is full with one out here in the bottom of the second. And coming up will be the first baseman, Chaz Martinez.
And Dooney hit that ball around the screws, and a lot of times you always say, hey, if you hit the ball the outfield, you're going to score a run from second base, but line drive, you got to freeze. You got to make sure you see that ball through, and that ball was on a rope.
And right now, going to have a visit to the mound by the head coach. We'll step aside here, 2-0 with the bases full for Martinez coming up. Staying in here. Just an opportunity to settle him down. Important situation here in this game. 2-0. Marshall's lead. Bases full, one out, and Martinez at the plate. And this one, boy, just belted into right center by Martinez. A couple runs going to score here. Martinez round and digging for second in time. They'll get him out. But 2 runs come around the score. 4-0 here with 2 away in the bottom of the second.
And Martinez absolutely crushed that ball, and again, just not out of the coming around fast enough. But it's a 2-run double, or probably 2-run single, and then being gunned down there 9-4-6 for those of you keeping score at home.
And now it will be 6, not to be confused with that 6. Kreshmar up at the plate for the Marshals. Just trying to get creative there.
Well done.
Yeah. 1-0 pitch here from Locks. Inside the count now 2-0, and O'Shea able to smother.
some people might be wondering why you'd even send him to second base. Part of that is you're expecting the throw or hoping they're going to try to throw somebody out at third base or maybe even try to throw it home. And really, when the center fielder and outfielder, does the right thing and throws it through the cutoff man, there's the reason. You throw the cutoff man, you got options. And without that, I mean, you're just giving up bags there.
2-0 pitch, and Kretschmar thought about it, but held back. A called strike here, 2-1. Going back to that last point, Dusty, it directs where the throw's going to go, right? Rather than having an opportunity at home or another bag, you just basically force them to send it to second. Is that?
Well, I mean, really what you're
what
doing,
you're
you throw it through a cutoff man, is just that you got options to cut guys off. I mean, that's what he's there for. So if you throw it through him, you're going to be directed, hey, we're going to go 3, we're going to go 4. Really, you throw it through him, say, hey, second base. And it was easy pickings from that point.
Yeah. 3-1 pitch here from Locks. Just outside, and Kretschmar drawing the walk. O'Shea tried to sell that one, but not buying behind the plate.
Well, base is chucked now. An opportunity here for Deming to do what he does best, and that is drive in runs.
First and third, Marduni sitting on third base. Ball one here from Locks.
Talked about last week in our game of the week with the Marshalls. I mean, Deming drove in 2 runs and scored 2 runs. And that he had a triple in his first at bat.
This one outside as well, and Locks, Dusty, starting to struggle getting pitches over the plate here.
Well, part of it getting frustrated.
Yeah.
And what the Marshalls have done is they've hit him hard. They hit him well, so that just frustrates you. And right now, 2-0, Deming, I mean, he should be loading up that back leg right now.
Chops this one to third. The throw will be in time and get him, and that'll be the third out of the inning. But a productive inning for the Marshalls. They score 4. We head to the top of the third with the Marshalls leading the Titans 4-0. Top of the third inning, the Marshalls leading 4-0. And right now, Marley has some room to play with that lead, as this first pitch in there for a ball is for the Titans. Starting off the top of the third here with the top of the order, Bartlett up at the plate. There's that breaking ball on the corner. The count now 1-1.
Bartlett had a leadoff walk to start this game, was stranded at second base.
This pitch a little high on Bartlett, 2-1. That one over the outside portion as well. Now 2-2.
Thing was moving, wasn't it?
Yeah, there was a lot of velocity on that one.
It hits you. You have to leave a 2-foot hole coming out.
That'd be one of those where I'm not as creative as you, Dusty, but if I'm Roger Dorn, I'm not stepping in front of that one, huh?
No.
Full count here from Marley. This one fouled back by Bartlett as he stays alive.
Now we've seen this a lot. You know, Marley. I mean, he's walked 2 guys an inning in each inning, or a guy in each inning. So hasn't gotten a lot of deep counts. The other count that on a full count is a 2-2 count, which we got Hart looking last inning. So see if you can battle up here.
This one into the dirt, and Bartlett will head down to first.
That's 2 walks on the breaking ball on the payoff pitch, and so where he's been consistent early in the count, he's not been able to show that the breaking ball, which has worked well early in the count, is working on the payoff pitch. So see if coaches, they'll keep taking note of that. He's got to find that pitch for the 3rd strike.
Guzman stepping up to the plate here for the Titans with Bartlett on first. It's like at the top of the 1st inning all over again, huh?
Absolutely. He singles to the right side.
Hey, I don't call it deja vu for nothing. And Bartlett, he didn't want to jinx it, so he held up at second there. Runners on first and second here with no outs for the Titans.
I would say that you got to scout some guys during in and out, but neither team took in and out, so you wouldn't have a good idea that the fact that Deming has an absolute gun out there in right field, but also the cardinal rule that you don't make the 1st or 3rd out at 3rd or at home. So wisely holding him up at second base.
Lamar up at the plate, the first baseman for the Titans. As this one through the hole into left. They're going to hold the runner. And so now the base is full with no outs for the Titans. Boy, and how about this? A great response for the Titans after giving up 4 in the bottom of the 2nd to come out. First 3 men aboard and opportunity to do some damage here.
Second time through the lineup. You guys got to see him first look, and not only that, you notice that the last 2 guys, and Guzman and Lamar, first pitch.
Yeah.
First pitch got a fastball and able to handle it. Hit the ball through the right side. The second one absolutely on the screws there from Lamar into left field. Luckily, we're not sending Bartlett around with Shaver mishandling the ball in left field. So now again, get yourself a ground ball and get 2 outs. You're going to surrender a run.
And the shortstop Curtis up at the plate. He hits one into right field. That's going to get down for a single. 1 run will come across. And the Titans are on the board here in the top of the 3rd.
Yeah, Deming was stuck in no man's land there. He could keep charging on that ball. You never want to go. When the ball's hit on the line, that's when you don't dive, you don't slide. You take that ball on a pop fly, especially with bases loaded and no outs. So wisely, try to get to it, couldn't get there, and able to keep everything in order. Nice piece of hitting there by Curtis.
Williams, the batter for the Titans. This one bounced in front, and tell you what, Williams couldn't hold up, and is that an indication, Dusty, of the aggressiveness of the Titans here, swinging at early pitches?
Well, now they're starting to get a beat on him. All right, first pitch fastball, bases loaded. You don't want to be falling behind, so Marshall's go breaking ball, and he bounces it. You do not want to mess around with Williams. I'm telling you right now, it'd be a 1-run deficit if you miss out over the plate here,
or a lead. Oh, yeah. I got you. Dusty's more eloquent than I am. That's what we just learned.
I didn't see him call
I
up.
thought you meant a 1-run deficit for the Titans.
Yeah,
I was like,
no.
We're a lead. Either way.
It is Marshall's baseball after all in high school. Rewind.
Right. Yeah, my bad. 1-1 pitch this outside, and the count 2-1.
Got to come back. You get a little frustrated, but now you come back. But here's the deal. Williams, he is loading up for a fastball here. 2-1. said this a million times. One of my favorite counts for a hitter.
That wind's still blowing here, left to right at Gates Field. Is this one fouled back at us? Count evens up 2-2.
Yeah, he knew it. He absolutely knew it. And this is where Marley, again, got to live with it. You've got to hit your spot here. Stay together, reach out, hit your spot. You got to challenge him. You're not going to get him chasing, I don't think. Maybe if you elevate it here, 2-2.
A pitch from Marley. Inside, the count moves full.
So now you really got to bring it here.
Boy, maybe fortunate that one didn't hit Williams. Not close to walking in a run.
Corners in, middle's back.
Inside, and they will walk in a run. The score now 4-2.
That's the frustrating part. And we saw this last week doing the game at the team in Colorado, is that cannot start the merry-go-round and get it moving. So right now it's good leadership. Come out, chat with him, calm him down. Say, hey, it's fine. You got a lot of guys behind you. That's the deal. You got 7 guys behind you that can do things for you if you let them. And right now for Marley, it's just pitch to contact, get the ground ball, and see if we get 2 outs here. The other thing too, from Marshall's, they call all the pitches from the bench. I'm breaking ball. For whatever reason, you're looking for a punch-out pitch, or you're looking at 2 balls that it just has not been there for whatever reason. If he's over gripping it, he's trying so hard to get it there. First pitch, second pitch, it's been there, but for whatever reason, when it's got to be there, he's bounced it. If it's a slider or the curveball. I like that there from Mendez. Get the hex off the ball. So we're not going to play with the same baseball we just walk guys with. Hey, Mr. Umpire, can we get a new baseball?
The joke's on him. The ball just goes in the pouch. We'll see it again.
That's fine. It's just,
O'Shea up at the plate here for the Titans. Still no outs. Pair of runs for the Titans here in the inning.
Again, staying middles back, corners even.
O'Shea watches a first pitch fastball called strike. And that's that pitch, Dusty. We mentioned the aggressiveness, and you pointed out jumping on those first offerings the Titans have been, and O'Shea lets that one pass.
O'Shea ground out to second base his last time up. I'd pitch him away. He's crowding the plate as well.
This one low. Able to be smothered, 1-1.
Got a kid loading up. He looks like a pull hitter, probably a pull hitter. If you pitch him away, and you can get it off the plate and get him to offer, you're taking his power away. You live on the inside part of the plate and you miss. Yeah, they're scoring 2 runs.
O'Shea hits this one into center. And that one drops. Boy, it looked like Matthews had the beat on it, but couldn't catch it cleanly. And run comes around. It's 4-3.
Yeah, he missed out in the middle of the plate, and O'Shea ripped that one, and a lot of topspin on it. You saw Matthews, he did have a beat on it. Also, it's going to drop out of the sky. And so things keep trucking along here.
Perez the batter, and there's still no outs with the bases loaded for the Titans. Inside, but called strike. Not saying that was inside off the plate, but location over the plate.
Perez singled to the right side last inning.
This one fouled away, and an 0-2 count here on Perez, the right fielder.
Yeah, I know Marley's frustrated, and you're going to have outings that just don't go your way for whatever reason. And right now, just got to dig in, dig deep, and you've got to find an out. And he doesn't need the worst thing you do is just try to overpower your way to it. See if you can get him here 0-2. I don't know if you want to mess around with pitches here. See if you can get him swinging. Go good morning, good afternoon, and good night.
This one fouled away as that pitch came inside, and Perez able to fight it off.
Telltale sign he's just over pitching is you're setting up off the plate outside and you pitch it off the plate inside. You're just gripping it. You're trying so hard. He's just got to calm himself down.
And it's understandable given the scenario, the way this inning is gone. Right, sometimes you get that pressure and so anxious to try to close things out.
Well, yeah, he's used to being able to do it.
Yeah.
So that's part of what this summer's about. Playing against the top competition possible and learning some things about yourself. And he's certainly going to learn that when he's pitching at Wichita State. You're just going to have those days that, I mean, good grief. We love Nolan Ryan, but he got beat up a lot.
Yeah. Well, and the thing that he does have going for us is the offense for the Marshals has been quite good. I mean, we pointed out 8 hits in 2 innings, so certainly we have a chance to protect that lead, regain that lead, whatever the outcome is here in the top of the third is that one outside, 1-2.
Again, trying to pay off with a breaking ball, couldn't get there. I've not yet seen him come up with the elevated fastball.
Foul away again by Perez.
Slow down the bat, sped up the bat. Maybe now you go deuce inside. See if you get him swinging through one. That was the pitch early in the game that settled him in the first inning.
Marley's pitch got Perez swinging for the first out of the inning. Boy, and a nice job by Marley overcoming a tough start and getting that strikeout. And now you go to that point, Dusty, where that double play ball in order here. He's in the top of the first, get out of the inning. They'll have a chance here as Verderosa steps up to the plate.
It's got to feel good as it was the breaking ball that got him. So maybe come right back here, first pitch, right back to the curveball.
This one trickled off the plate, 1-0.
Yeah, interesting to watch. Again, we mentioned earlier, all the pitches come from the bench, and right there, Mendez was waiting for a minute. And right now, they're trying to figure out Marley and what's going to get him on top.
All right, down the barrel, great pitch from Marley, 1-1.
And there you go. Now maybe come right back to it. And you're better off seeing him getting 1 and 2 with the foul ball than getting a 2 and 1, having to rely on the fastball.
This one chopped up the middle. Throw to first in time for the second out of the inning. But Curtis does come around to score, evens this game up at 4 apiece.
That's what you want, right? Anything to the right side is going to score a run. You get the out with Verderosa, but surrender the run. So nice job here by Southern Nevada Baseball, bouncing back in this inning and putting up a 4 spot to tie it up. Not only that, they still have 2 runs sitting out there in scoring position.
Yeah, potential hit here to the outfield by the number 9 hitter Hart, and take the lead. Ball 1 on the first pitch here from Marley. Chop to third. Throw in time, and that will expire the inning, but Southern Nevada puts up 4 runs. We're tied at 4 apiece as we head to the bottom of the third here at Gatesfield. You're watching Utah Marshall Baseball on highschoolrewind.com. Bottom of the third inning. And Archibald will lead it off for the Marshals. Tied up at 4 apiece here. And boy, if you're Southern Nevada, it gives you new life as a pitching change here. Number 24, the new pitcher. And apologies, we mentioned at the top of our broadcast some of the lineup delay. We don't have a 24. We'll see what we can do to get that figured out for you. The count here 2-0 as Locke's day is complete, going 2 innings, giving up 4 runs on 8 hits. 2-0 pitch. This one grounded to second, and there's one away.
Yeah, Archibald rolled that one over, and we want from the Marshals is you want to respond. And a lot of it is, you know, you got a kid coming in now, as you mentioned it, Dane, you put up a 4 spot, and there's a new life. Since you say, hey, brand new ball game, this is a 9-inning game, first of all. And so through the first part of this game, okay, we even it up. Now it's 0-0 playing a 6-inning game here.
There was action in the Marshall pen in the top of the third. It'll be interesting to see if Marley comes out for the bottom of the third with the pitching change here. As this ball sent into right field, a fantastic hit by Mendez as he's around first, digging for second, cut off, and Mendez will get in safely for a 1-out double.
Your catcher's always your leader, and you love to see Mendez. He comes out and responds, comes up with a beautiful hit to right field, and that's what leaders do.
And now Shaver up at the plate, the left fielder. The man in scoring position here with 1 away. This one high inside on Shaver, able to take that ball 1. This one inside again, and the count 2-0.
2-0, now you got Shaver. He can be looking, you know, always looking for a certain pitch anyway in the zone, but a 2-0. Maybe you expect fastball at this point here.
And Shaver sends one to deep center. Mendez tagging. He'll look to advance to third. And Mendez will be in safely as Shaver able to push him over to third base here. Now 2 away.
Shaver just missing that one. He got a lot of that ball. Just missed it. You know, you're looking at a couple of millimeters is the difference in that ball going over, either being a line drive that lands or sitting out on someone's backyard to just being a routine, or not even a sacrifice fly, but a routine fly out.
So 2 away here for Wyatt Young. The base runner on third as he watches strike 1 over the outer portion of the plate.
Wyatt, the lid right up the middle. This where, for from the bench, hey, straight up, because we haven't seen him go either side here. Not going to play him to pull, not going to play him to push.
How about bottom of the third inning and the leadoff man for the Marshals at the plate for the 3rd time?
Yeah, that's efficiency, right?
Right.
And you'd like to get another one here. He picked up his 2nd RBI of the day.
0-2 pitch. This one bounced in front of the plate.
His last at bat was an 0-2 pitch, and I said that he's not going to chase, and you see it right there. And that's a ball that's fairly enticing right in front of the plate to get him to reach out on and can get there. Another broadcast talked about the fun relationship to watch is a catcher and the plate umpire. That's the home plate umpire taking care of the catcher. Who took one right in the gut. Just going to give him a minute to collect his thoughts.
I was going to say it was a fun relationship to watch Dodgers-Cubs earlier this week when a little bit of a spat there as this ball pushed foul down the left field line. Tells you the pinpoint accuracy of Young with the bat. I mean, he was able to hit that right on the post in foul territory. I mean, that's not easy to do, right? That's accuracy right there.
I think I even saw him sign that's what he was going to do.
Yeah. No, he didn't point to left field. He pointed into the foul, like just kind of,
just right off the line there.
Just teasing.
27th post in.
Right. 1-2 pitch. Again, the patience there. This will just drop into left field. It will bring around Mendez. And it's a 2-out RBI single for Young as the Marshals retake the lead here 5-4.
It is so much, don't take this word the wrong way, but it's so much sexier to see a guy just absolutely trying to come out of his shoe tops and pull the ball out of the yard. It is much more artistic, diplomatic for a guy to just take the ball wherever it's pitched and deposit it where they ain't, to use a Burrow phrase. But beautiful at bat there by Wyatt Young.
He's sitting on first now with 2 away as Matthews up at the plate.
If he's trying to pull that ball, he ends up just rolling it over weakly. But he just stays right with it and puts it out in left field. And that is just, I can't say enough how fun that is to watch someone handle the bat that way.
Really did a great job of just placing that where you couldn't get it. Let's count 2-0 here. Inside 3-0. And boy, Dusty, maybe you see a similar situation here enveloping for the Titans pitcher, right? You're working, you get a couple outs, you're close to getting out of the inning, you have a drop hit, and now you have a 4-pitch walk, and there are men here on first and second for the Marshals.
Well, yeah, you're going right through the heart of the order when you're doing it as well. I mean, that's part of, being able to bridge that ball, bridge to the top of the order. So Mendez hitting that double allowed that to happen. And when you're starting in the 7, 8, 9 hole to start this inning. So now you're hitting, here's a 2-hitter, 2, 3, 4. And Dooney singled his last time up. He's 1 for 1.
This one, ball 1.
Single through the right side in the second inning. Walked in the first.
That one on the outside part of the plate, called strike.
Early in the count, if it's not your pitch, that's fine. Later, if you get down to 2 strikes, that's where you want to see him try to take that thing the other way.
1-1 pitch. This came inside and low.
Hey, Dane, what's one of my favorite counts?
It's this one, 2-1.
2-1. Runners on first and second. He does not want to fall behind 3-1. Stay within yourself.
Took that one and does just that. 3-1 the count.
Love the approach, because a lot of times you get a guy who's like, yeah, here it comes, and he saw something straight and they can't hang off. But doing complete control here at this bat.
Swung through that, boy. He wanted that, huh? He was teeing one up. He's looking for the hole-in-one.
He wanted to bounce that off the scoreboard. He was wanting a free steak by hitting the bull out in the right.
When you see that front foot, it's like that's when you know there was a lot of gumption behind that one. Full count. Runners moving. Dooney trying to push this one through the hole and just able to beat it to get the 3rd out of the inning, but the Marshals retake the lead as 5-4 as we head to the top of the 4th with the Titans coming up. Top of the 4th inning. Marley still on the mound here for the Marshals. As the Titans up at the plate here, trailing 5-4. Had a productive top of the 3rd inning and trailing here once again. As to lead things off will be the top of the order, Bartlett up at the plate.
And Bartlett without an official bat. 2 walks and a run scored.
He has been patient. When you think about the way he's battled at the plate today.
And worked a full count his last time up.
2-0 pitch on the outside part of the plate, 2-1.
Calvin Marley, all he wants to do is get the bat off the shoulder of Bartlett. That would be a mental win in and of itself.
Tell you what, I mean, Bartlett has just shown great discipline in his battles at the plate.
We've seen 2 very good leadoff men in this ballgame.
This one came inside, chopped to short, and they're able to throw him out. And for the first time, Bartlett not standing on first base.
There's something about watching just upper level baseball, and you see Dayton Dooney, how quickly he gets the ball out of his glove and into his hand. I mean, that's just next level stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, that is impressive. Other levels, you see him catch that ball, they take a couple of gathering steps and throw it. I mean, that ball's in and out of his glove. He never even closes it. It's impressive.
Guzman stepping into the box for the Titans here, 1 away. Shows bunt. This one bunted down the 3rd base line and able to get the throw over in time for the 2nd out. And that one probably came off the bat a little hard for the Liking, led to the out.
He didn't quite kill it, but Kretschmar did a nice job of getting that ball and firing it across because a lot of speed there from Guzman. Surprised he was trying to drop that one down. He's been seeing the ball well today. 2 singles to the right side. Nice job by Kretschmar, able to get to that one.
Christian Lamar, the first baseman, up at the plate. And, you know, for the struggles in the top of the 3rd, hey, here's an opportunity for Marley to get quick and efficient work in the top of the 4th as the first pitch fouled away by the first baseman.
Well, let's talk about the differences. 6-3, 5-3. I mean, there's your difference. You're letting your guys behind you work. They're going to get you out of innings. He did the same thing back in the 2nd inning, goes 6-3, 4-3, and only a 4-pitch.
One ended up hitting the hand of Lamar. You can see that one stinging.
Yeah, Marley's wasn't he swinging? Should be a foul ball, right? But I think he caught him on the wrist, not quite on the hand, and that might be even worse.
Yeah.
Catch him on the fat part of the hand. I mean, he move on with life, but he catches you just below that. Man, that hurts like crazy.
I mean, I've broken pinkies, Dusty, and it's not as fun as it sounds. 2 away here, and it is Lamar on first base as Curtis up to the plate here.
Well, the tough thing for Lamar is the fact that that's his pull hand. I mean, he's a power guy. You need that bottom hand pulling that bat through the zone.
Ball 1.
Not to mention playing first base, too.
Yeah.
So only worry about hitting.
Curtis swung through that offering.
And Curtis had RBI single, getting things started for Southern Nevada last inning.
One pitch. Chopped to Kretschmar. A throw in time, and the side is retired. To the bottom of the 4th we go. Marshall's leading 5-4. Bottom of the fourth inning, Chaz Martinez to get things started for the Marshals. And that top of the fourth, Lamar took that one on the hand, and Dusty in the warm-ups, I mean, he was certainly grimacing a little bit every time that ball came into his gloves. This one belted to deep left, giving chase back near the track, but caught, and there's one away.
Now that's one of those ones that leaves the bat and you go, whoo, and then it just kind of dies, and obviously got underneath that one a little bit.
That must have been the wind. It's Kretschmar up to the plate here. This one low, 1-0.
Future Stanford product, 0 for 1 today. Walked last inning, or pardon me, back in the second inning. Just so used to the saying last inning, this is the first time that the Marshals did not essentially bat through the order since the first inning.
It's going to kill that efficiency number.
Absolutely. Since six guys at the plate in the first inning.
Kretschmar, the grounder to third. Not your prototypical play there, but able to get the out nonetheless. There's two away.
That's why you got a first baseman. Let's get the ball in his vicinity, and you see, you mentioned earlier, you noticed Lamar, he's struggling at first. That one hurt a little bit.
Yeah. You know, I mean, even when they were just doing the warm-ups and the throws weren't coming with power, and that time, boy, there was a lot of power on that throw from Williams, and Lamar felt every bit of it. That glove came off nearly immediately as Deming up to the plate here for the Marshals, and ball one.
As someone who played a baseball game with 2 broken wrists, if that's what he did, it does not feel good.
No.
He will not be able to catch very well there, Cotton.
It's a bold strategy. Let's see how it works out for him.
The interesting note in this ball game is first base coach Andy Concepcion. I mean, he was from Las Vegas, coached baseball in Las Vegas.
This ball grounded to short, and it's a quick inning at the plate for the Marshals to the top of the fifth with the Titans coming up.
Second base, and he's out for the second inning. Now he I just love Jim's responses. I haven't caught up to the new episodes yet. So Jim's response, you're telling me I knew I was gonna like that. Bagels? That's all you got is bagels?
Top of the fifth inning, and Williams, the third baseman, up at the plate for the Titans. Dusty, you mentioned it back in the third. This is a guy that can absolutely rock it. Got to be certain when you're pitching to Williams. Is this pitch inside? 1-0.
You know, if I were on the bench, I would have sat down with Marley and say, hey, good job getting out, the last inning, the fourth inning, bouncing back after a tough third, and I would show him the scorebook. And what I would show him in the scorebook is, all right, let's look at your first inning. All 3 outs were recorded by the field. Line drive to second, double play ball, unassisted by the shortstop. The fourth inning, 6-3, 5-3, 5-3. That is the kind of inning, that's what you want to see out of your book right now. Pitch to contact and let our guys work behind you.
You know, it reminds me of the infamous story, the great Billy Chappell, trying to pitch the perfect game in his last outing at Yankee Stadium, and his catcher coming out and saying, Billy, we don't suck right now. We got your back. And I'm not saying the Marshals fielders suck, but it's, hey, there's 7 guys out in the field behind you. Allow them to do their jobs. And He's certainly done that at times tonight. When he has, they've been more successful. As the count now 3-1 on Williams.
How good are the Marshals? Last year they were 70-11 in 81 games in 54 days. The year before that they were 70-9. And these guys can play behind you.
Pitch right down the barrel. The count now full on Williams. Here with no away in the top of the 5th.
The real payoff pitch that hasn't been able to do it with the breaking ball yet.
That inside, and Williams earns the walk. And we have seen, I mean, Dusty, look, you keep the book, but we've seen leadoff walks in what, the first, the second, was there one in the third?
In the first and third.
Oh, okay.
First, third, and now. That's the second walk issue to Williams.
So the odd number innings, we get leadoff walks.
Full count, just could not get out of the, and that time went with the fastball. The inning before, or the bat before in the third inning, it was a breaking ball that he bounced.
O'Shea up at the plate here. His first pitch strike thrown there by Marley.
O'Shea had the RBI single back in the third. Grounded out the second his first time up to Wyatt Young. Right now, Marley want to work down and get the ground ball, get a double play.
Well, he thought about that one, but O'Shea able to resist. The count now 1-1.
So now you got to be able to locate the breaking ball. You've got to be able to keep him off balance.
Came with that fastball. This one chopped to second. Young has it. The little toss over to first, and there's one away as Williams able to advance to second on the play.
A nice job. Work around him there, but it obviously advances runner in a scoring position of Williams, but Marley doing a nice job. Now it's just getting on top here to Perez, who can, he showed some power, struck him out last time up, singled to right field his first at bat.
First pitch, Perez swinging as he fouls this one back.
You think he pulled the string on that one? I mean, that was a that was a cue ball off the end of the bat.
That's when the batters for the Titans have been strong today, trying to attack those early pitches from Marley. Boy, nice off-speed pitch there from Marley, and the count now 0-2 on Perez.
How about before? You can work that breaking ball in early in the count. You can keep him off balance. You come right back to it right now, in my opinion.
Oh, 0-2 pitch. And boy, a late timeout called here, but granted by our umpire.
Good on Perez. You want to break up the pitcher, and he's looking back, trying to keep Williams close to can to second base. He was throwing the breaking ball, by the way. So maybe he doesn't throw it here.
He does, and that one fouled away.
They got him off balance now. Those are two good ones. I mean, that's 3 straight breaking balls that were strikes. And right now, come right back to it. Middle innings here. Not expecting him to go all 9. Maybe throw another one.
Marley, the pitch right down the middle of the plate and struck him out. 2 away.
Or just throw some cheese right down the heart of the plate. That works too.
Verderosa up at the plate for Southern Nevada here with 2 away. As he swings at the first pitch, fouls it away.
Verderosa walked in the second, grounded out the short back in the third.
This pitch on the outside part of the plate, 0-2, and just like that, Marley one strike away from closing out the top of the fifth.
Yeah, you throw him a chair with another fastball, or you're going to throw the bender here. You see him, he's being pretty aggressive there, at least with his stance in the at-bat.
Oh-2 pitch, fastball. This one into shallow right, and that just came out of the glove. Williams will come around, and we are tied up at 5 apiece here.
Love the effort there from Deming. Love the effort and just could not squeeze it. Couldn't keep it in the glove, and that fastball came back over the middle of the plate. Ended up being too good of a pitch there to Verderosa. But an RBI single for the 8-hole.
And so Bartlett at the plate and ball one. I actually thought that it was Hart. I'm trying to see who's on deck.
The Hart's up the plate.
Okay, so I've got 2 number 1s. Yeah. So Hart wearing number 1, Bartlett wearing number 1 as well. We're pushing limits here at Gatesfield. Is that one? We'll be blowing past Hart and count 1-1.
I hadn't noticed that in any other times through.
I hadn't either until just now. I was looking at my lineup and I was like, well, they're both listed as 1. And he looks bigger than Bartlett. Sure enough, Bartlett on deck also with the 1 on his back. Is that breaking ball in there for a strike in the count 1-2?
I mean, to Southern Nevada's credit, it is on the lineup card. So, but nice job at bouncing back here from Marley. 1-2. See if you throw him a chair here.
Fouled away. Nice job by Hart, able to stay alive.
You know, anytime you're trying to throw that fastball for the third out consistently, guys get to understand it, and then you can sit on it. So it's been why he's been having a hard time slamming the door with the fastball. One more crack at it here. See if he elevates it.
Two-two pitch. Marley got him looking on that outside part of the plate. He strikes out the side. But the Titans get a run. We're tied at 5 as we head to the bottom of the 5th with the Marshals coming up.
I would just go right down the book and say Williams number 1. I'm like, well, shoot, did I miss somebody? But like, no,
Bottom of the 5th inning, Ryan Archibald up at the plate for the Marshals. Tied at 5. And tell you what, the Titans have done a nice job responding every time the Marshals have been able to put up runs. Can they put up a few more and then have the defense come through as Archibald swings the first pitch, 0-1.
Archibald, he was trying to put that one out and right over the right field scoreboard there. 1 for 2 today with a run scored, hit double back in the second inning to lead off the second inning, matter of fact.
This pitch low, the count 1-1. Bottom of the lineup coming up to the plate for the Marshals in this inning. 7, 8, 9 hitters who have been good today for the Marshals.
You're looking at three hits, 3 runs scored in the bottom half of this lineup.
As Archibald swings through that one, the count now 2-2.
Right now, the off-speed pitch here from Sampson is working well here on Archibald, getting him out on this front foot.
He's done a nice job at the mound today for the Titans, Sampson has.
Right now for Archibald, just shorten up. See if he can start the inning off right.
2-2 pitch. And the count now moves to full for the designated hitter.
And that second inning, it was a leadoff double and then driven in by Mendez right after. And you like to duplicate that if you can for the Marshals.
This one grounded to short. A throw in time, and there's one away.
Praise the quick hands of Dooney. How about Curtis there? And the same kind of deal. I just love seeing upper level baseball. These guys charging the ball, getting it out so fast. It's impressive.
The catcher, Mendez, stepping into the box for the Marshals.
So Danny Mendez is having a day. 2 for 2, 3 RBI, 2 runs scored, a single and a double. Those 2 at-bats.
Pitch inside, 1-0 the count. I mean, it's one of the things, Dusty, we've talked about in other broadcasts, is this ball fouled away, but you get to this level and you see the Marshals, you see some of these other teams that come here to Gates Field, and there's just no holes in the lineup. I mean, you look at the 7, 8, 9 hitters, and you look at the day that Mendez has had today. We've obviously talked about Shaver, saw him in his high school career, but also here playing for the Marshals, and there's just not a lot of holes, not a lot of areas to attack. You've got to be real certain when you're pitching to lineups at this level. I've just been really impressed with the quality of the batters, particularly when you get down in the order. There's just depth everywhere.
Yeah, because it's not, they're only there for the purpose of what you're doing with your lineup,
right,
not because you're trying to hide somebody.
2-1 pitch, that on the outside part, and the count now 2-2. We've seen a couple of those today where I don't know if the batters really thought they were strikes, but give credit to our home plate umpire. He's been consistent today. And as a batter, I think that's all you want. Be consistent with your zone, time in, time out. Is 2-2, and this one hits Mendez as he'll trot down to first. There's one aboard as Shaver comes up to the plate here with one away.
Yeah, always tough when you lose a guy in that situation and let him off the hook with the hit batsman. But now it's up for Shaver. I mean, it's been a tough day for Jacob Shaver. Went down swinging, flew out to center his last time up. And I know for him, the quality that he holds himself to, the standard he holds himself to, that he wants to come through with something straight through with the book.
Shaver takes the first pitch, a called strike on the inside part.
Sometimes get guys out of slumps and not that, just out of tough times. Is take the thinking out of it. Get the guy moving at first base. Tough part is you're right behind the catcher. You normally don't run hit and run with your catcher.
One out here, and Shaver, a good hit to left center, drifting over to make the catch, and that'll be 2 away. Just I want to give you a chance last inning as Wyatt Young stepping into the box here. You started to mention the first base coach, Andy Concepcion, and his tie to Las Vegas, and some of these players here for Southern Nevada.
Absolutely. Coached in Las Vegas for a long time, ran a baseball academy there, and we were talking beforehand. He's like, he knows almost every one of these kids, and he coached them all since they were little. I mean, he's only been in Utah. This is his first year, almost 2 years now. The head coach at Brighton High School. So you've seen him chatting guys up and stuff because he knows them.
2 away here for Wyatt Young. And the runner's going to go. Mendez on his horse. That ball sails over second. Now Mendez will take third base, and a fantastic job of base running there by Mendez, able to advance all the way to third here with 2 away.
Tell you what, dropped the ball and nice heads up there by Mendez. He read it and took off. Now a guy in Wyatt Young that all he does is put the ball in play. Then look how shallow they're playing him in left field. I mean,
yeah, as this ball gets away, boy, and Mendez thought about it too. Thought about trying to come home. So you mentioned the left fielder here. It was Young who had that little blue pit into shallow left to bring around the run in the bottom of the third.
a nice idea there by Mendez to steal a phrase from Todd Christensen. Discretion is the better part of valor. Able to hold himself up and not make the third out the plate.
Young swung through that one. The count 2-1.
Unofficially, that's the first swing that's come up empty there for Wyatt Young.
Wow.
Today.
Pitch here, Young. A grounder to second. They'll get the out. And the Titans get out of the inning. To the top of the sixth we go. Tied up, 5 apiece. You're watching Utah Marshals baseball on highschoolrewind.com. Top of the sixth inning, top of the lineup for the Southern Nevada Titans. Bartlett would lead things off, and a new pitcher for the Marshals here in the sixth as Nick Caviglia to the mound to come on for Marley, who exits the game, giving up 5 runs on 7 hits today.
Then we saw Caviglia come in against the Danville Hoots back in our first game. Came in a tough situation, but pitched 3 innings, giving up a few runs. So see how solid performance he's got in this one.
First pitch swing here from Bartlett, fouled away. Count 0-1.
That is the first 0-1 count to Bartlett.
This pitch right on that outside corner, 0-2.
ostensibly the first 0-2 count to Bartlett.
Right.
So nice job here, come out here and throwing strikes here by Caviglia.
Oh-2 pitch, and this one in the dirt.
Again, that's not a knock to Marley at all. I mean, just kind of have a little bit of fun with it, but he had a hard time with Bartlett. And Bartlett walk, and then getting him ground out his last time up. But this guy has not chased anything. He's been extremely patient. And I don't think he's going to chase anything here, 1-2.
Right on the outside corner, and Caviglia able to strike out Bartlett for the first out of the inning.
Right. And he didn't chase anything. He just watched it.
Well, and Dusty, I think it goes, I mean, that not in particular, but you're talking about, not a diss to Marley at all. Bartlett's probably the one who made him work the most, and you can understand why he's in that leadoff position for the Titans.
Either Bartlett or Williams.
Yeah.
Who have the exact same line at the moment, both first 3 at bats. Two walks, a run scored, and a ground out to short.
So Guzman at the plate, and a ball called there, and well, that one was close.
And what you get on that is where was that last at bat? But can win some, lose some.
Goes right back to that outside corner. 1-1. This one well off the plate. 2-1.
Again, for a lot of these guys coming in middle of innings, it's always a difficult thing. It's not something they're used to doing unless it's a state tournament game. They got to come close it down because they're the best pitcher on their team.
Guzman swinging through that one. The count 2-2, and Caviglia, I tell you what, he's bringing a lot of heat right now. A lot of velocity coming at you at the plate.
Well, good for him getting used to playing here in Salt Lake City. He can be playing up on the hill at the University of Utah.
That one just misses outside. The count now full on Guzman.
And Guzman's had a good day today. 2 singles to the right side, a run scored. Interestingly, tried to bunt his last time up after hitting the ball sharply to the right side.
3-2 pitch, got him swinging, and it's back-to-back strikeouts for Caviglia here in the top of the 6th.
To us, someone coming out looking a little more confident than the last time we saw him. Just pumping strikeouts here. That's his second in the inning, but that first time we saw him, he had 4 Ks through 3 innings.
And it is the first baseman, Lamar, up to the plate here with 2 away. First pitch swinging. That play it short, and they're able to get him. What a throw.
What a play.
Made by Dooney for the 3rd out of the inning. We head to the bottom of the 6th. The Marshals coming up. Carson Matthews to lead off the bottom of the 6th inning here for the Marshals. Tied at 5 apiece, and we talk about Caviglia in that last inning, Dusty, and how about a pitcher for the Titans who's come in and gave up the 1 run in the 3rd, but boy, he's been stellar ever since.
Samson's done a nice job of coming in and settling things down. Samford did a nice job of coming in, nailing things down for Southern Nevada.
As Matthews able to send one into left field for a leadoff single as he's safely aboard.
He's 2 for 3 on the day for Carson Matthews. He's handled a good stick.
Now Dayton Dooney stepping into the box. First pitch, a ball. 1-0. Runner goes here. The throw to second, and Matthews able to beat it out as he's into second base safely here.
That was a good throw by O'Shea. And the only way you're going to have a shot there is getting the ball in the bag, and he even bounced him. That was a very good throw, and now a chance to pick up an RBI here for Dooney.
Oh, the same thing. I thought that throw was going to lead the glove right to the base runner. As this one pulled foul by Dooney.
Well, he knew it was coming just a little early.
One and 2 the count here on the shortstop. This pitch outside. Count even now, 2-2.
Nice discipline there not to go chasing. Good bats behind you. Just needs to handle the stick here. Put some guys on the bases.
And this one, boy, lost right out of the hand, and it's a free bag essentially for Matthews.
Normally I could try to figure out what he was trying to throw there, and to me maybe the changeup came out of the hand a little funny there. If you throw the circle change, you're throwing on the outside 3 fingers, and that's the only thing you think of what he was trying to throw there.
3-2 pitch. Dooney. This hit down the left field line. That's going to be down safely. Dooney heading to second as Matthews comes around to score, and the Marshals retake the lead here in the bottom of the 6th inning, 6-5.
Nice job there by Dooney. Hit that ball with power, and left fielder, he took a shallow path to that ball. I was a little surprised. He hit that a lot harder than what that path would show you, but he didn't have a shot of getting the out there. Wouldn't have mattered. But nice job by Dooney picking up the RBI.
Chaz Martinez up at the plate here. As he fouls away the first pitch. The bats have slowed down a little bit for the Marshals. It was, 10 hits in the bottom of the 3rd inning, and since they've only had 2 hits, with a runner on second and no outs, you figure that's an important run for this Marshall offense with this Titan pitching staff, particularly the bullpen, coming in and doing a better job here in the middle part of the game.
Well, that's why you change pitchers,
Yeah.
I mean, make that easy.
Martinez pops this one up, drifting into foul territory. Coming over and making the catch there is Williams for the first out of the inning.
When you got a guy who's just struggled and you're able to get him relieved and take care of business, and is always a good thing for your team. It just slows things up. The Marshals have not been able to stay on balance. And we thought maybe start finding it here, but Sanford, nice job of getting the out there. It's important here for the heart of the lineup to come through for the Marshals and drive in runs.
Kretschmar up to the plate here. First pitch in the dirt, 1-0.
Looked like the same pitch. I don't know. Again, I'm guessing that he's throwing the changeup. He's kind of getting stuck in his fingers there the last two of the last 3 times he's thrown it.
This one fouled back by Kretschmar. The count now 1-1.
We got a guy that can throw not just the curveball for strikes, but just off-speed pitches, especially if he can throw an effective circle change. He has a herky-jerky motion, and so if he's able to do that and keep the arm motion the same, I mean, it is really difficult. It just keeps you off balance.
This one taken by Kretschmar, called strike 1 and 2. And he thought that was going to be called the other way.
Yeah, he was a little surprised, but we've been tall and in and off the corners all game.
1-2 pitch. And Kretschmar able to hit one to right, and this is going to get down. As this ball unable to be handled cleanly at first, but it will do enough to advance the runner to third. And so now runners at the corners for the Marshals here with one away. As coming up to the plate will be Denning.
He liked to exercise some demons. It's been a tough day here for Austin Deming. 0 for 3 on the evening. He liked to come through big and drive in a run.
Boy, Dooney had to hold up to make sure that ball wasn't caught. That's why he was only able to get to third as Deming fouls this one away. Giving chase over along the right field line was Lamar, but this one out of play.
Deming out of Snow Canyon High School down in Santa Clara, St. George area. We mentioned earlier, Gatorade Player of the Year. Got good contingency here.
Runner goes from first, trying that double steal, and wisely held by O'Shea as he'll give up the bag, and men now at second and third.
Interesting with one out, the one-run ball game, you concede second base there and not try to see if you can catch him in a double steal.
The 1-1 pitch. Deming takes it. It's called strike 1-2.
Now it's just about shortening up here. He has power to the other way. You're going to try to pitch him away to get the out. Expected some off-speed stuff. You got 2 balls to mess with here. Just tell him to keep his hands inside the ball and take it the other way.
The DH, Ryan Archibald, on deck for the Marshals. As Deming watches this one come right by his chin. It's a good thing he shaved this morning. Count now 2-2.
Well played.
Yeah, thank you.
That was good. 2-2, still got to – you're going to stay defensive with 2 strikes, but, again, you're thinking off speed here.
Deming hits this one to deep left. That's over the head, back to the track. A couple men will come around and score. Denning at second, and Deming will hold up there. It is a 2 RBI double. You mentioned Austin Deming wanting to exercise some demons. He did just that right there.
Absolutely. That ball caught a ton of the plate, that 2-2 pitch, and he absolutely crushed that ball. Interesting that the outfield was playing him fairly shallow, but it wouldn't have mattered unless you stand on the warning track. If you hit the ball right on the screws. They got to feel good to drive in 2 runs there for Deming.
And Ryan Archibald to the plate now with 1 away. A man on second, the lead 8-5. Largest lead for the Marshals since back in the bottom of the second inning is the first pitch fouled away by Archibald.
First at bat for Archibald, he's not leading off the inning.
Wow.
That's crazy. It had been a tough afternoon or tough inning for Deming, where he'd been the third out of the inning in the first, second, and fourth innings.
Archibald the grounder here, and that gets through first. Boy, Lamar couldn't believe he missed it as Deming coming around. He'll score, and it's an RBI single for Archibald. The lead now 9-5.
They'll probably go E3 there. Ground ball to the right side. And much like the Bill Buckner play, right through the wickets.
As one who doesn't appreciate Red Sox baseball. I am a Buckner fan, largely because I don't appreciate Red Sox baseball.
A Buckner fan just because he owns it.
Well, he does do that. He also
allowed to
resides
define
in my
him.
hometown of Boise, so, you know, nothing too shy there. As this ball hit foul by Danny Mendez, the catcher up to the plate, count 0-1.
I mean, if you're a Curb Your Enthusiasm fan, you know that Bill Buckner's got good hands.
Have a visit to the mound here. No one was warming up in the bullpen, so I believe this will just be a chat, but we will wait and see. We'll step aside. The Marshals leading 9-5 here in the bottom of the 6th. Was just a visit to the mound here. No pitching change for the Titans here in the bottom of the 6th. There is action in the bullpen. Ball 1 here. Thrown to Mendez. The count now 1-1.
And Mendez is having himself a day. I mean, 2 for 2, 2 runs scored, an RBI. Walked his, or was hit by a pitch his last time up.
Change up there. Misses high. 2-1.
There you go, 2. I got 2-0 here. I guess 2-1.
This pitch low. Count 3-1. There was a pitch before the visit to the mound.
Oh, okay, that's what I missed.
It was a foul. It was fouled back. First pitch was fouled back. 3-1. Swung through. Does Mendez. The count now full here with 1 away.
He's gone middle right, back up the middle in the 2nd inning, the right field in the 3rd inning.
And this one hits the batter. Boy, a full count. Plunk Mendez. That'll put men on 1st and 2nd with Shaver coming up, and certainly not the pitch that pretty much anyone wanted.
Well, if you're Mendez, you'll wear it. It's just a change up off the shoulder. But they're O'Shea try to come out and get back on the same page as Shaver went down swinging. He's hit the ball hard twice. I mean, hard to center field. His last time up was taking center field as well, but he hit it on the screws. I mean, we've mentioned in almost every game, if it weren't for a wooden bat, Shaver in the games we've done would have about 5 more hits.
Yeah.
But because he hit the last one, I mean, right on the screws, and just the ball kind of died. He had the crosswind going here from left to right.
It's certainly, the wind has calmed down here a little bit, but still present. Time here, and we are going to get the pitching change. New pitcher coming up for the Titans when we come back. Shaver at the plate in the bottom of the 6th. New pitcher for the Titans is Sizz. As he comes on here, men on first and second. Those still attributed to Sanford, who really, I know 4 runs scored here in the bottom of the 6th, but Dusty, 3rd, 4th, 5th inning, he was key really for the Titans. Had a nice day in relief.
Absolutely. Came on and righted the ship. But as you mentioned, another time through the lineup, these guys are just too good. Speaking of the Marshall hitters. And now Thomas Sizz, I'm guessing that's his name. The PA man called him Thomas Jefferson Sizz. I'm going to guess he knows who he is.
Yeah.
But Sizz is going to have to get on top here.
I did look up on YouTube. We don't get pronunciation guides up here, so you got to use whatever resources you can. And it said Sizz. Our PA guy said Sizz, so I'm going with that. I feel comfortable with that. Shaver couldn't hold up on that one, though he tried. The count now 1-1.
You know, I complain about having to spell Litster when I call and get things done. The last name Sizz? Spell it C-Z-Y-Z?
Yeah,
C-Y-Z?
I bet you no pizza joint is spelling that one right?
Or the barista at Starbucks.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Yeah. 1-1. This pitch outside. Now 2-1. On the number 9 hitter, Jacob Shaver.
2-1. Had nowhere to put him. See if he gets his hands on top of one here.
Of course, back to the top of the lineup with Wyatt Young. If Shaver able to get aboard. This one outside. 3-1 now the count.
3-1, nowhere to put you. Do not want to get cheated on any one of these balls. Playing him very shallow in left field once again.
That one hits the inside part of the plate, and Shaver initially kind of pulled back, and then I think he knew it as soon as that ball came across. The count now full.
Yeah, we're a little off-centered here, so that inside part of the plate looks a little more inside to us than maybe where it was.
Yeah.
You might be right. Here you go, full count. You're going to have to come through.
And this one outside. The bases now full is Wyatt Young coming up.
Corners up, middle back. Keep the double play ball in order.
Pitch to Young. He's swinging at the first pitch, and this hit up the middle to center. As one run will score, that'll be it. The score now 10-5 for the Marshalls.
Telling you, Wyatt Young might be my favorite guy to watch hit on the Marshalls. Always in play. He hits up right back up the middle, and I get Mendez. He frees it on the line drive. He could have scored, but better to make sure that ball gets to the outfield.
You know what I love about Wyatt Young? He has the ability to put the ball wherever he wants. You just never know where it's going to go. We've seen him bunt for singles. We've seen him bloop hits. We've seen him line drive. Good velocity. The ball coming off his bat. I'm with you, Dusty. There's not a batter that I have enjoyed watching more than Wyatt Young lead things off. Is now Carson Matthews up to the plate. This one outside. Nice job by O'Shea, able to snag that one, preventing a run from coming across.
Carson is not a stick that Sizz wants to mess around with. Singled back in the first, singled and scored a run last inning. And not only that, he roped one to short as well. So he's seen the ball well today.
This one, not much behind it. The throw to first will get Matthews out, but it does bring Mendez around to score. The score now 11-5 with 2 away.
Yeah, RBI nonetheless. So give him an RBI and a 1-3 put out. Got down off the end of the bat, but here comes Dooney, another good bat. Came up big last inning, or actually still this inning. It was his first time up this inning.
Strategy here, Dusty. You've got a little hit back to the pitcher. Surprised he didn't come home on that throw?
Yeah, I was a little bit surprised by it, but he also taking the sure out as well. If he got a good jump on that one.
First pitch swinging here by Dooney. And and that'll be the put out. It's a big inning for the Marshals. They bring 6 across. They lead 11-5 as we head to the top of the 7th. You're watching Marshals Baseball on highschoolrewind.com. Top of the 7th inning, and Curtis to lead things off here for the Titans, trailing 12-5. 11-5. Caviglia still on the mound for the Marshals. Boy, he came on in the top of the 6th and was fantastic as a first pitch strike here to Curtis.
The bottom of the 6th inning might have been as long as the entire game, Dane. I mean, that was quite the inning there from the Marshals.
And boy, just able to hold up. Curtis did. His count here 1-1.
Curtis on the evening is 1 for 3 with an RBI and a run scored.
Talk about that inning, Dusty. I mean, you look at the scoreboard right now for the Marshals. How about 11 runs on 15 hits? This pitch outside to count 2-1.
It has been a death by a million cuts. Let's put it that way. A lot of singles from the Marshals.
This pitch low. Count 3-1 from Caviglia.
And there are guys behind him saying, hey, come right at him. Played good defense behind him. Clean on the far end of the scoreboard are the Marshals this evening. No errors.
This pitch across that outside part. 3-2, the count full. Caviglia tried outside but missed, and there's a man aboard. Here with no outs is Williams stepping up to the plate.
This is the 4th time that the leadoff man has been walked today for Southern Nevada.
It's a bold strategy, huh?
And it's not only hurt him in 1 inning.
Right.
And actually the only inning, yeah, I did, in the 3rd inning. So pardon me, that's the 5th time. So 1st inning, 3rd inning, 5th inning, or pardon me, 5th inning, 6th inning. Or sorry, not the 6th, the 7th, sorry.
Wow.
Man, I'm all over the place. I had that so good, I shouldn't even have explained it.
You know, they say the devil's in the details, right? Just keep it. This one fouled back, 0-2 the count here on Williams. Pitch from Caviglia, and this, boy, I thought there were shards coming off that bat, as this one can't be scooped up at first base. Runners will advance here, 2nd and 3rd with no outs. Here in the top of the 7th for the Titans.
First broken bat we've seen in the 3 games we've done. Got in on the shaft there on Williams. It's kind of a fun sound, isn't it?
Yeah.
But I don't know if they're going to go. I don't think you have an error on that. Maybe the throwing error after he got the bag. So I'll give him a single on that.
We've got a change in the lineup. This would normally be the catcher, O'Shea. Instead, a new hitter here, number 5. Again, we don't have a name on this. We'll try to get it for you as soon as we can. No out here, men on second and third.
So it's either Powers, Fester, or Keller.
Timeout taken here at the plate.
Runner second and third. You're just worried about the out here if you're the Marshals. Caviglia just needs to get on top.
First pitch swung through.
Needless to say, I would stay there.
Setting up outside, and this one comes up high. It's count now 1-1.
I just missed it there, but just getting a first look at that first pitch. I mean, I think you can live on the outside part of the plate, maybe get him to roll over on something.
This one fouled away.
So you got away, away, away. I don't know now. You go breaking ball on the inside part of the plate, see if you get him swinging through, if you stay on the outside part.
This one low. He'll be smothered. Count now 2-2.
Yeah, he did try to come with that breaking ball in the inner half. Didn't get it. We go right back now to your first pitch. Fastball down the way.
Got him swinging. Another strikeout for Caviglia. There's one away.
If you can locate that first pitch and just get him to get the bat off his shoulder, you can get a good read. And that's certainly what you saw there. Just knew that you had the outside part of the plate to work with. And he had to protect as well.
And another pinch hitter here for the Titans. Again, Keller, Festa, or Powers, the most likely of candidates.
Process of elimination. Deductive reasoning is what we say in elementary school.
Yeah, yeah. I called it multiple choice testing, but
well,
you know.
We're both married to elementary school teachers. How many times I heard Megan say, working on deductive reasoning skills.
And when I was young, I was probably like, when am I ever going to use this?
In fact, I don't know if
I am, 2018, calling a baseball game.
Granted, I hadn't heard that phrase again until I married a teacher. And she said it to me. We worked on deductive reasoning today. I'm like, I don't remember that phrase. What is that?
Yeah, see, I'd probably be as, oh, yeah, deductive reasoning. Yeah, great. 2-0 the count here. Swung through and count now 2-1.
Two one again. Out, he's hitting that outside part. If you're going to get that from the umpire, I mean, you also don't want to camp out there, but when you need it, it's good to know that it's there.
This one fouled back. A couple nice pitches from Caviglia to work back to even here, 2-2. You
see the fears of a catcher. Mendez has kind of brought his hand up there. That foul tip and nearly got his bare hand with it.
Not only that, you have to worry about standing on the tracks when the train's coming through. A lot of fears as a catcher as this one grounded to short. Run will come in and score, and they're just able, oh, ran it out. I thought that one was there in time, but a nice job of base running to beat that out, and it's a RBI single.
I just beat that out. I mean, didn't get the most on. That was a very good throw there from Dooney. But an RBI single, as he just did not get there. Did not get the ball there in time.
Score now.
That was
11.
close.
That was really close. Score now 11-6 for the Marshals.
That's when I like the non-consequence job of being a broadcaster.
Yeah. I just know I'm not held accountable for that call. We try to keep the names of umpires and officials private, right?
Mike Reimer is a terrific base umpire.
As a first pitch strike, swinging through there by Verderosa.
I always say that because I know him well.
Yeah, I'm going to say, I'm going to let you take the guff on that one.
Reimer does a great job. I mean, the guy does AAA baseball games. He does Salt Lake Bees, Division I baseball. Matter of fact, he was an umpire when I was playing here in the state of Utah, 2002. Gotten to know him for a long time.
How many times did he toss you out of the game?
Never.
Oh, come
Never
on.
been thrown out of the
Dusty?
game.
Never?
No.
Oh, man.
Threatened. But
We got to
never
work
thrown.
on that. 1-1 pitch outside now, 2-1. Not that I am an advocate for getting tossed out of games, but I just figured in all your years of coaching, there would have been an instance where Dusty Litster just had his little
Just once. Wait a second. Yeah, just once.
as this one swung through by Verderosa, the count now 2-2.
Okay, maybe twice, but there was a complete misunderstanding on that one.
All right, all right.
I had to defend my honor.
2-2 pitch here from Caviglia. Got him swinging again, goes outside. That one probably off the plate. But Verderosa couldn't resist, and he goes down on strikes 2 away.
Elevate the fastball up and away, and he just thinks he can get to it, and he's trying to protect. So Caviglia has done a terrific job.
And another pinch hitter coming up here in the top of the second. We do have seventh. We do have a name for this one. It's Bullard up at the plate here for the Titans.
For Caviglia, that is his 6th strikeout.
Wow.
In 2 2/3.
You know, he brings a lot of heat, Dusty, but his location has been spectacular today. And you can see, I mean, a lot of these Utah Marshals, we talk about, you know, they're playing at the next level. All these, well, most, I think there's one, if I recall correctly, but most of these already committed to schools. And I mean, Caviglia, you can see he is going to be an arm and a talent up on the hill here at the University of Utah.
Doesn't have to be for Utah to compete in the Pac-12, the home of the national champions. The Oregon State Beavers taking home that championship tonight, taking care of Arkansas.
Boy, that one just misses. Mendez really tried to sell it. Count 1-1.
So what's impressive about the 6 strikeouts? You got 4 swinging, 2 looking. You guys guessing, and you're able to get it past them. You know you're dialed in.
This one fouled away. Count now 1-2. And the thing that I like about Caviglia, and I'm no pitching coach, right? Or viewers probably have learned that by now. But the consistent speed that he comes at, the velocity, it just feels like it never gives up. It's always coming quick, hitting the mitt hard. I just feel like he brings a lot of power, velocity from the mound, and pitch in, pitch out is maybe a little bit off there. Little chopper back to Caviglia. He'll toss to first for the final out of the inning. 7th inning stretch. Go grab a soda, a snack, and come on back. The Marshals coming up to the plate in the bottom of the 7th. Bottom of the 7th inning. And to lead things off, Chaz Martinez for the Marshals. Sis still on the mound for the Titans here. As this pitch inside, ball 1.
Martinez singled in the first and the second. 2 RBIs on the evening. But has flown out, grounded out his last 2. Sorry, flown out twice.
Swung through that one. The count 1-1. Took a big hack there. Excuse me, the scoreboard says 1-1, but I think the umpire had a different count as this one hit to deep center. Giving chase back to the track, and that one caught. There's one away.
He thought he got that one well enough, and a terrific job of showing range out in center field by Guzman to track that one down. Got a good read on it.
Austin Kretschmar now up to the plate for the Marshals. As this pitch, a called strike. We're in the bottom of the 7th inning, but how many at bats how many times has Kretschmar been up to the plate today?
4.
All right.
Well, officially
So this is
3.
5? Well, yeah.
No, he walked in the second inning, so he is right now 1 for 3 on the evening with a run scored.
This pitch called ball 2-0. Excuse me. 2-1. Kretschmar thought about. Called strike on the inside part. 2-2.
Now you got to see Kretschmar, and what we know about him is he hits well to the right side. I'm going to try to bust him in.
This one outside. The count now full.
Sometimes the pitcher gets so excited, you think we got him because he knows we pitched him outside and he got him throughout this game. We're going to try to bust him in. Then he completely misses. Crisscrosses it.
That's right over the middle of the plate, and Kretschmar sends it to center, but a nice job. Read well the entire way. 2 away here in the bottom of the 7th.
Talking about getting, just as a pitcher sometimes right now for Sis and anybody else is take a deep breath and be thankful that you're playing a wood bat league, because 2 mistakes that would have been dingers maybe 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, yeah.
Were routine fly balls.
And now up to the plate will be Austin Deming, a man who, Dusty, you had mentioned had a couple demons to exercise and took care of it in the last at bat, and this time he takes one off the side as he'll trot down to first after being hit by the pitch.
This is missing on that one and got him with the breaking ball. So, but that brings up Archibald. We mentioned Archibald, the Gatorade Player of the Year out of Maryland. Big stick here, and I'd like to see him be able to unload on one.
Deming on first base, 2 away for Ryan Archibald, the designated hitter. Pitch inside, 1-0.
The wind has really died down. I mean, before we had sunset, we were whipping pretty good. Old Glory's still going pretty well, but not the same pace.
Yeah. Well, we could even feel it where we're at, which is behind home plate, top row right now. Not much feel. It is certainly a difference of velocity as Deming got caught a little bit in his secondary lead. The throw to second, and Deming able to beat it out. Boy, I thought that was there in time. I don't know if the tag just wasn't applied, but Deming at second.
That ball was there in time. He was able to slide right through it. Never got it on him.
Boy, nice job by Deming. He gets caught right in the middle, Dusty. Knows he's in trouble, commits and able to beat it out, and just like that, there's a man in scoring position here.
Yeah, that's one on that read. He was hoping that ball would carry him away, and it didn't. It's a nice job on the dish, and hopping and making a move. But now a runner in scoring position here, 2-0 to Archibald.
Can the Marshals take advantage? Archibald, a nice hit into the gap in right center. That will bring Deming around as Archibald to second. He's going to hold up there. As a 2-out RBI double for Archibald, the lead 12-6 for the Marshals.
Got all of that one, didn't he? Hit that one really well. And Archibald, you know, we talked about it, and I said at the top of his at-bat, Gatorade Player of the Year, and you've seen why. That's a big boy, too. He carries a big stick.
And now the catcher, Danny Mendez, at the plate for the Marshals here. And we've got a timeout. We'll have a visit to the mound. As staff will come together and visit Sis. We'll be back for Mendez at bat in just a bit. Mendez at the plate here, 2 outs, bottom of the 7th inning. Archibald on second base. Sis from the mound for the Titans. This pitch in the dirt, and how about Archibald taking off, and he's in safe. Boy, a couple times where maybe at the plate, a little slow to find that ball, get it out. It's a new catcher here for the Titans, but heads up base running there by Archibald, able to take third.
That's all about a read and take. And Archibald, nice job of taking off there and getting that bag.
1-0 pitch, and this ball hit to left, and the catch made on the line drive for the 3rd out. We head to the top of the 8th. The Titans coming up, trailing 12-6. You're watching Utah Marshall Baseball on highschoolrewind.com. Top of the 8th inning, and a new pitcher for the Marshals as Caviglia's day is done, and now Gage Edwards coming on here to pitch to the top of the order for the Titans as Bartlett will step into the box here to lead off the 8th. Nice day for Caviglia, Dusty.
Absolutely, had a terrific outing. Mentioned 6 strikeouts on the evening. And Gage Edwards, young man, going to be going to Mesa State College.
This pitch inside, ball 1. Gage was a key contributor. We talked about Jacob Shaver, number 9 hitter, the left fielder for the Marshals. State championship at Jordan High School this year, the 5A classification in the state of Utah. Gage Edwards, one of the starting pitchers for those Jordan Beat Diggers, and was as instrumental for their success this year and eventual state championship.
There's the number 1 pitcher. There's a guy that holds the state record for scoreless innings, consecutive scoreless innings.
3-0 pitch here from Gage, and this one low. 4-pitch walk given to Bartlett as he's aboard once again to lead off an inning with no outs.
And Bartlett is 0 for 2 today with 3 walks, a run scored.
It's got to be nice to be that kind of a hitter, right? Where you can go into a ball game and have more walks than official at-bats.
You know, one of my favorite baseball players ever, Wally Joyner, had more walks than strikeouts in his career. You got a guy that's just not going to chase pitches, and that's kind of part of the deal. Is if he's not going to chase anything, he's not fouling anything off. I mean, it's hard to, unless you're going to put him out over the plate to get the strikes, get 2 strikes on him. That's what we've seen from Bartlett tonight.
Guzman up at the plate here for the Titans. As this pitch back to that familiar spot for pitchers today and called strike 1.
Guzman started 2 for 2 and is 0 for his last 2.
He liked that one but swung through it. And now down 0-2.
2 singles to the right side, grounded out on a bunt attempt to third, and then went down swinging his last at bat.
0-2 pitch here from Edwards. This one to shallow center. And Guzman flies out for the first out of the inning.
He missed that one, and he had just a moment there with Carson Matthews trying to, probably that was Shaver out in center field, trying to locate that ball. And I'd almost made the mistake of saying, it's a lot easier to play, and I do know this from coaching teams here, easier to find the ball at night here than it is at dusk. Dusk in this area is very difficult, especially in right field and center field, to see the ball. You can't wait for the sun to go down.
The first baseman, Lamar, up at the plate here for the Titans. The first pitch strike thrown by Edwards.
When Lamar was hit by a pitch back in the 4th inning, that was his 3rd at bat of the game. He's only had 1 at bat since then.
Wow.
Give you an idea of Marley's last inning and then what Caviglia was able to do.
Edwards, this one low. 1-1. And really, I mean, outside of that top of the 3rd inning where Marley lost a little bit, he came back, pitched well in the 4th and the 5th. The pitchers today for Utah, the Marshals, have been really, really good. That one inning got a little away from him. You take those 4 runs off the board, and it's, well, this ball game's done.
And in that 3rd inning is where really the Southern Nevada kind of came to life offensively. You look at their 9 hits, I mean, most of those came in the 3rd.
As this ball hit to left, and I think that's Caviglia out there. Made a couple of moves and able to track it down eventually. And I don't think that is Caviglia.
It's not Caviglia. It's a right-handed.
Trying to see a number, but
I can't tell.
I'm not in my 20s anymore, so we'll just say the left fielder. There's 2 away. So up to the plate now will be Curtis for the Titans. As Bartlett still on first base, led off the inning with that walk. They haven't been able to do anything with him since.
And my guess is that's Deming out in left field. If they lifted the DH for Gage Edwards, I don't know if they did, but it's only a plausible opportunity, but I could be off.
1 pitch here from Gage. And boy, that one, a little bit of chin music. Is Curtis able to duck it?
Curtis is 1 for 3 on the evening with an RBI and 2 runs scored. Played a good shortstop as well.
Mendez able to stop that one. The count now 2-1. This pitch inside, and it's 3-1. Edwards having to work a little bit here in the top of the 8th.
Yeah, he's having a hard time finding rhythm. And I mentioned earlier, a lot of these guys that were starters, it's just different to come in the middle of a ball game. Not nearly as intense when you're up by 6 runs, all those kind of things.
This pitch in the dirt, and it's a 2-out walk. Men now on first and second, with Williams coming up to the plate.
I could bore you and go back to my book and tell you what he did in the state tournament, but I'll choose not to. Tell you the times we saw him that he walked 2 guys in an inning. I don't think it happened in the 2 starts we had him in the state tournament.
He pitched at this field, and he was as good as anyone we saw.
Well, absolutely. The only person that might have been better, who's also on the Marshals, is Mr. Smith out of Skyridge, who was lights out.
Two outs for Williams. As he's swinging at the first pitch, and that just ducks underneath Kretschmar. As the throw here will get back into the infield in time, and the bases will be full here with 2 away. And
I know this is a Marshals broadcast and all, but I was glad to see Williams finally make some contact on something hard. Because, again, when we watched him in batting practice, it's just, and then granted, batting practice, I get it. But he was one of the few guys actually putting the ball out over, hitting home runs. And all that is hitting the ball with power. So that was a rope, and Kretschmar nearly came up with that one.
One of the unknown batters up at the plate here, number 5 for the Titans. That ball smothered, 1-0 the count. You know, and I mean, the other thing that should be mentioned, I mean, obviously we mentioned Bartlett led off the inning with a walk, but the other 2 base runners have come on with 2 outs. So it's been a nice job by the Titans of scrapping to get men aboard, and now an opportunity to drive them in. That pitch, Mendez again holding, trying to buy time for the ump to make the call, but it's a called ball, 2-0 the count.
Well, the hard part is if you're not living in the zone, it's hard to get that call.
Yep.
I mean, for Marley's struggles in the 3rd inning, he lived in the zone. Same with Caviglia, and right now Gage having a hard time locating his pitches. And when that's the case, it gets harder and harder to get the benefit of that call.
This ball to shallow center. Shaver under it, makes the catch, and the side retired. Throw on the Neil Diamond, middle of the 8th. The Marshals coming up when we come back. bottom of the 8th inning. Jacob Shaver to lead off the inning for the Marshals. And potentially the last at-bat for the Marshals. It'll be Shaver, Young, and Matthews due to come up in the inning for the Marshals.
And Schaefer 0 for 3 tonight with a walk. And again, I mentioned that, you know, sometimes you just go through some dry spells as a hitter. I mean, it's just part of life. As a baseball player, remember 3 out of 10 times means you're really successful. And the games we've had, Shaver's, you know, had opportunities, but he's hit the ball hard tonight, just at people. Well, I shouldn't say at people, at the center fielder, twice.
The count here 2-0 on Shaver. You mentioned a little earlier, just a junior this last year, so he's got one more year of high school ball. And, well, expect big things from Shaver in 18-19, huh?
Absolutely, especially on the gridiron here in about 2 months.
Right. That's got to be a chore, huh? Managing your football summer camps and playing for the Marshals. You mentioned last year their record was 70-11 or something like that.
Yep.
I mean, you play 80-plus games in 50 days, less than 2 months, and then you've got football camps and all sorts of different stuff. He's got to be a busy, busy young man.
When you think about it, 81 games, it's half of the Major League season, and he gets it in. They get in 3 months.
There's Shaver again trying to find the center fielder, and successful as he lines out for the first out of the inning.
That's where he comes back in, and you want to talk to him as a coach, give him some adjustments. You got 3 at-bats where I don't know what else you're going to say. I mean, you hit the ball on the nose, the kid goes right in front of the warning track and tracks it down. It was on the line, hits another one that for whatever reason, I would say the wind, it looks like it's going to go into left center, and he just starts drifting back toward the center fielder, and that one he hits right on the screws, and the kid just happened to play him at the right depth. I mean, to look at him like, sometimes life just isn't fair.
Yeah. Top of the order here with Wyatt Young, 1 away. Well, and it's one of those things, I mean, baseball, you see these streaks, right? You see, players go through times where they're just seeing the ball well and making good contact and getting on base, and other times where they get in some of those slumps. And, I mean, if you're Jacob Shaver, I know that, you're not getting on base, but important to just realize what you are having success at. You're reading it well. You put the barrel of the bat on it, and, you'll get to those points where you're not sending it right to fielders. Is Wyatt Young able to reach on the single?
Yeah, it's one of my favorite sayings of baseball is you take a round ball and a round bat, you got to hit it square. And he's done it, so it's one of those things. But, again, Wyatt Young, it's proven why he's one of our favorite guys to watch here. That is Wyatt's 4th single of the night.
Wow.
Or pardon me, that is his 5th single of the night.
That's
3 runs driven in, a run scored.
Nice night for your leadoff man,
My
huh?
goodness.
Pinch hitter for the Marshals is Dylan Weiss up to the plate here for Matthews. Takes the first pitch strike there from Sizz.
And he's 4 for 5, runs scored, and 3 RBIs.
Pitch. This one a little low. The count now 1-1. That pitch that throwback got away from Sizz. And able to be alert, track that down to keep Wyatt Young at first.
Mentioned before, that cost the Angels a divisional championship about 10 years ago. Francisco
Just let it go,
Rodriguez.
Dusty. Just let it go. Weiss. The grounder to second. Out of second, out at first, double play ball. And we head to the top of the 9th. The Titans coming up. They've got work to do.
You've seen Friends with Benefits? You ever seen Friends? It's one of the movies that made me like Justin Timberlake. But this song is an integral part of that movie. third eye blind, and the whole time like semi-sonic. 6 years. What like more than that? 9 years. Well, because we TV sports. 12 years that we've actually like had to work together. Had to work together for 2 years. Chose to work together for the last 10 years. I still remember going to that first UAE spring game, like, really? Like, and also we started talking to each other, like, you like this guy? I'm still waiting to get there. What sealed the deal in our friendship was freaking going to Utah State. that was the gorilla glue. But she rolled it.
Now pitching for the Utah Marshals, number 9, Austin Deming.
Top of the 9th inning, only 1 inning of work for Gage Edwards, as a new pitcher here in the 9th will be Austin Deming. As he comes on to close out the ball game, not an official close, I'm just using that in general terminology.
Well, within 6 runs, so.
I thought it was 3.
No, I guess it's 5. We'll look it up.
We got 3 different opinions
We'll
here.
look it up.
We'll get back to you on that one.
I'm probably off.
This one, a ball from Deming, is another unidentified batter to lead things off here for the Titans in the top of the 9th.
To go along with their unidentified opinion to the left.
One pitch here from Deming. Swung through that, 1-2. A nice fastball there from Deming. This one outside, smothered by Mendez.
The biggest thing here for Deming is getting in solid work, and being in the solid work, take care of things, he'll leave feeling pretty good. He got a good contingency here. Family's up from St. George. So it's just kind of putting things together and staying in himself and throwing a lot of strikes here. Yeah, he enters the game with no more than 3 runs. Yeah, so
hey,
3 runs.
Don't overlook the play-by-play guy. He may not have coached this game, but he knows 1 rule or 2.
No, that's the major league definition. So, but I think we're going AL rules, obviously, with the DH here. So yeah, we'll go with that one.
I'm just teasing. That's like the first baseball thing I've gotten right over Dusty Lister, maybe in my life. This guy knows what he's doing. Is that pitch swung through, foul away into the glove, and it's a strikeout for Deming, 1 away.
Good on Deming. I mean, gets in, he elevates that fastball, blows it right by him, and now we have another pinch hitter coming up.
This will be Stevens for the Titans. Stevens watches the first pitch, a called strike from Deming.
First time to see Deming pitch. I mean, I love it. I mean, that ball gets on you fast.
0-1 pitch, and Stevens trying to catch up to it, fouls it away. The count 0-2, just like that.
Short, compact delivery here from Deming. And you have no wasted motion. I mean, that ball just appears to just immediately get on top of hitters.
0-2 pitch, outside. Bullard on deck for the Titans here in the top of the 9th. Another pinch hitter in this ball game as Stevens fouls away again.
job here from Deming. We mentioned what was his last game. I believe he had what, a 1.38 ERA. Couldn't get the internet to work overly well tonight, but this is a kid that pitched really, really well for Snow Canyon. Knew that one got away from him.
Yeah, was he the player of the year in baseball for 4A?
He was
I'm trying to recall.
No,
okay.
he was not.
He was a
man
first
from
teamer,
Dixie,
though.
yeah.
Okay. 2-2 pitch. Stevens, the grounder to third. The throw by Kretschmeyer and able to get him out. Nice response there after Kretschmeyer almost had that one squeeze underneath him. 2 away.
A nice job there by Kretschmer. I mean, as you mentioned, this is a young man going to Stanford, and man, that kid, he is very, very good.
Last out at the plate for the Titans as Bullard steps into the box, takes the first pitch strike from Deming.
Listen, he is the Gatorade Player of the Year, but I think you might be right. He was the 4A MVP. It was the Mr. Baseball was out of Dixie.
Yeah. Swing through there by Bullard, now 0-2. Pitch. Boy, wanted that outside corner, but that just off the plate.
You want to throw him a chair on that one.
This one foul away by Bullard. Our count stays here at 1-2.
See if he decides to go with the breaking piece here, if he elevates the fastball like he did to start the inning.
This one high from Deming, 2-2.
I wanted to come up to the letters and get him to chase it. Now he's got to locate this pitch here. No reason to extend this game.
This one again grounded. Kretschmar couldn't squeeze it, and Bullard will arrive to first safely. Here with 2 outs. He's aboard on first as we head to the top of the lineup with Bartlett.
You always talk about with your infielders, you work from the ground up. Once you bring that glove up and you're going to try to come back down, you just can't get there. And Kretschmer there would come on the charge and just didn't get the glove down, and thus it goes off the tip of the fingers there.
So Bartlett up at the plate is the first pitch ball. Thrown here by Deming.
Bartlett's been the tough guy tonight.
This one fouled back. Count now 1-1.
0 for 2 with 3 walks and a run scored. Got him twice. Other than that, he's been the white whale tonight in the Southern Nevada lineup, especially when he's leading off an inning.
Swung through that one. Good pitch from Deming.
And go right back to it. No need to get cute here.
One-two pitch. Able to be fouled off, and boy, that one squoze through the netting and almost had some fans that got plunked.
The Deming family was not expecting that one to squeeze through there.
You know, the unfortunate thing for fans, they don't get a free base for getting hit by the baseball.
But a free souvenir.
1-2 pitch, fouled away again. And this is what Bartlett has done all game long, Dusty. He battles. Right? Not going to give you anything for free.
Yeah, absolutely. And he hasn't seen a lot of deep counts. Saw a full count and then a 3-1 count. Other than that, it's been pretty uneven.
Did he walk on both of those?
That he did.
Okay. 2-2 pitch. That one maybe inside. It was awfully close from Deming. Is Bartlett able to work this count full with 2 outs? 3-2 pitch. This one high in the air and just beyond the right fielder. Boy, a valiant effort made over there by Weiss, but he couldn't catch up to it, and Bartlett will stay alive for another pitch.
That's a long ways to go there by Weiss, and just could not get there. And do it again. Deuce is wild. Maybe breaking ball here. See if you catch him on the inner part of the plate.
This one sent right back up the middle. A grounder from Bartlett into center field with 2 outs, men on first and second. As Guzman will come up to the plate for Southern Nevada.
It's not derogatory at all, but that's the first earned base on the evening for Bartlett. Now, granted, I think if you walk, you've earned it for the most part. But first single of the night, so he'll end up 1 for 3 on the evening, and that was a great at bat. I mean, came breaking ball in the inner part of the plate, just caught too much of the plate, and Bartlett did what he's supposed to.
Again, just shows his battle. I mean, that's the thing that's most impressive. Falls down 0-2. They're able to come back and earn a single as Guzman at the plate here with 2 outs, and Southern Nevada still hoping for that rally. Both base runners reaching with 2 outs here in the top of the 9th. Guzman takes there, a nice pitch from Deming, right over the plate, 1-1.
Yeah, the biggest thing is you look at him and say, hey, we're not worried about who's on the bases. Just got to locate the ball. I'm not worried about guy at second at all.
Guzman swung through that one as Deming again has worked to a 1-2 count.
It is amazing when a guy cannot sit on a fastball. Blows it by him, and also you get to 2 strikes. It's hard to get past him. See if he can do it here. If they're going to mess around with it, remember he had him 0-2, couldn't get out of the at bat with Bartlett. Can he finish it here?
1-2 pitch from Deming. That one sailed high from him. 2-2.
That's 10 when you aim and when you get outside yourself a little bit. We always talk about keeping composure, and we talk with the pitching coach from Marshall's very much. He talks about, hey, keep guys together, make sure all the balance is there because your arm will come with it. And sometimes you just try to overthrow. That's when you pull yourself off.
2-2 pitch, a grounder to short. Long throw in time, and that's the 3rd out of the inning, and that's the ball game. The Utah Marshals, behind a big 6th inning, defeat the Southern Nevada Titans 12-6. Dusty, your final thoughts and your player of the game.
Yeah, you see a team is starting to come together and everybody getting here, and no doubt who the player of the game this one is, and that is Wyatt Young. I mean, the young man had a spectacular night, 3 for 4, with 3 runs driven in and a run scored. I mean, that is quite the night. Wyatt Young, the second baseman, our player of the game.
The leadoff man for the Marshals was strong tonight, as was the batting order. 12 runs on 17 hits. The Utah Marshals defeat the Southern Nevada Titans. Final score 12-6. Thank you for joining us, everyone, for Utah Marshall Baseball on highschoolrewind.com. A reminder, a condensed version of this game will be up on YouTube. You can go search for it there and catch other season action this year for the Utah Marshals right here live on highschoolrewind.com. For Vince Francis, Dusty Lister, my name is Dane Stewart. Utah Marshals defeating Southern Nevada Titans 12-6. Everyone, have a great night.